Hey guys, welcome back to Zethythonix channel. Today we are back with another H.L.M.S episode again. This episode is the Wing Gundam. Oh yeah, a small self-promo here, the RG Wing Gundam TV version. I will definitely make a review of it, so make sure you stick around. Before we start the video, remember to subscribe to me and hit the bell next to it. Turn on your CC sub too. Enjoy. Following the death of Hero Yui, which was the leader of space colonies, one of the H.L.M.S development team was suddenly disbanded. The 5 scientists took an unfinished MS plan away and started their fugitive. They went vanished and no one knows where were they. Later, the scientists revisited the design of Torgis. The Torgis was sealed because of its inhuman design and deadly acceleration. The scientists wanted to avoid the same mistake, which was why they further changed the unfinished plan again. Back in the days when the scientists were still working for OZ wanted this unfinished plan as a direct upgrade from Torgis. However, when the Gundam scientists escaped from OZ, they changed the purpose of this MS and treated it as a prototype of the future 5 units. Unlike the Torgis, the Wing Zero is developed based on one idea, adding technologies and materials that did not yet exist at that point of time, which was why it got multiple different features and cutting-edge material as its armor, the Gundanium alloy. Let me explain why the Gundanium is so powerful. Gundanium is a very rare compound that could only be produced in zero-gravity condition. This material is incredible. Its heat resistance and strength were several times stronger than titanium alloy. It's electrically non-conductive and cannot detect by radar. Despite it got excellent performance, the manufacture process is extremely expensive and difficult. Since the Gundanium itself is electrically non-conductive and it got high heat resistance, it could take away some of the beam attacks but not completely immune to it. However, during some situations, it could create an anti-field to repel beam attacks, but it had to be in the right angle. Let's move on to the Wing Zero's features. The first thing to talk about is the Zero frame. The Zero frame is a perfect frame design. The frame and armor were separated. Different than H.L.M.S, if the external armor was damaged, the frame can still move and keep fighting. The design itself already surpassed the Torgis' internal design. If 90% of the Wing Zero's armor is gone, it could still fight with just a frame. Not only it got an excellent design, the Zero frame could replicate human-like movements perfectly. First, the legs weren't just for walking, it's part of the core unit. It got high-level sportiness and articulations. Those features weren't just for decorations. The legs itself already took half of the weight, it's because the limbs were designed to control the body positions and center of gravity. This feature made the Wing Zero become universal and able to adapt different environments. On land, the legs are walking units. During air battles, it's landing gears. In space, it's a mobility device and airbag control unit. Other than the legs feature, the Zero frame also got individual armor separation, body movement controller, and weapon power system, which was why the Wing Zero can use a lot of powerful weapons without affected by other factors. The Wing Zero armaments include machine cannons on the clavicle, a shield with wing falcons on both ends, one beam saber on each shoulder, and twin buster rifle as the main range weapon. Thanks to the individual weapon power system, the twin buster rifle was able to fire rapidly without dropping outputs. When the twin buster rifle is closed, it could fire a beam that could melt away a colony in one shot. When the twin buster rifle is separated, it could fire a beam that could melt away a group of MS easily. No matter how many shots it fired, the output and fire rate will never drop because it's directly powered from the generator, in order to surpass the Torgis' speed without killing the pilot. The scientists created a Neo-Bird mode for the Wing Zero. To form this high-speed cruising mode, all the thrusters on the body will be opened and concentrated, creating a high-output, large thrust for high-speed movement. The limbs, torso, and binders will be completely transformed and open to reveal more thrusters. The twin buster rifle will be split and the shield will be the nose of the Neo-Bird mode. The Neo-Bird mode itself is faster than the Torgis' max output, a perfect way to get high-speed movement without the deadly G-force. The last feature of the Wing Zero is Zero System, full form as Zoning and Emotional Range Omitter System. It's a system that removes humans' emotions and weakness to push the full potential of the pilot and MS abilities. Created by the Gundam scientists, this system is extremely inhuman and only focused on perfect victory. As the pilot pilot kept fighting, the interface system will analyze the data and predict the situation to the pilot, sort of like showing the future to them. As the analyzation kept going, the pilot will fuse into the Zero system and Wing Zero, making the pilot able to hear, see, and feel the battle itself. As the fusion kept going, the Zero system will directly send the predictions and battle data into the pilot's brain. Optimistically, the pilot can know what happens next before the event actually happened, making their reaction and fighting abilities were temporarily increased. However, in order to capture victory, the Zero system will ignore the pilot's emotion and life. If the victory methods require death, the Zero system will send them to death too. The Zero system will also stimulate the pilot's brain to further enhance their abilities, making the pilot could still fight even their body cannot handle the stress anymore. Even though the Zero system seems perfect for victors, it also had a huge toll. Not everyone can see the perfect ending. If your mind is not strong enough to accept the result, you will swallow by the system and drown in fear. Or even worse, you're not killed by the enemies but the fear created by Zero system. Zero system is formed by two parts, the core unit in the chest, which is the cockpit, and the head. The head unit got a lot of high precision sensors and Zero system calculator units. The core unit is important, but without the head unit, the Zero system cannot operate at all. Lastly, the Wing Zero also featured self-destruct system and a search eye on the chest. When the Gundam scientists created the Wing Zero plan, they never turned it into reality because of the following reasons. The power of the Wing Zero is too much to the point that it's unnecessary. The Zero system itself is inhuman and the scientists don't want that. The Zero frame was way too advanced during that time, and the whole MS was advanced about 20 years, which means during that time it's not possible to create it. In AC-195, one of the Gundam pilots, Cthulhu Labawawina, broke the seal and manufactured the Wing Zero, seeking revenge to the colonies, OZ, and space itself. He destroyed a satellite base and a colony, along with a large number of MS. When the Wing Zero fought against Valiant and Mercurius, Troa Barton sacrificed himself to make Cthulhu wake up. Later, the Wing Zero was captured and tested by Trent Clark. He asked Hero to do the testing, and of course, just like Cthulhu, he was fooled by the Zero system. Trent even tested the Zero system by himself, but he ended up drowned in fear and stopped the testing. Very soon, Trent threatened Dio and pushed him onto the Wing Zero. Dio ended up like Trent, which was seeing a lot of destructive results. When Trent got enough testing result, he kicked Dio out and piloted the Wing Zero by himself. He took advantage of the Zero system and gaining the upper hand, but eventually the Zero system overwhelmed him and he was defeated by Dio. After Zix self-destructed Torgis, he switched to Wing Zero and wiped out the surrounding enemies. Zix was later picked up by Peace Million and met Wu Wei and Ultron Gundam. He fought against Wu Wei and it was a draw. Zix headed to Earth and tried to save Sunk Kingdom, but he was too late. He fought against Apion and Hero, but later they decided to exchange Gundams to see different futures. Halfway during Gundam Heavy Arms delivery, Hero ran into Wu Wei. The White Fangs Virgo 2 came and attacked them, so Wu Wei piloted the Wing Zero to fight them. Through the Zero system, Wu Wei saw his enemies and decided to join the Gundam team. Troa later used the Wing Zero and attempted to save the colony. He was fooled by Zero system just like Cthulhu, but luckily he woke up from the prediction and stopped the Twin Buster rival. After this incident, the Wing Zero was officially piloted by all the Gundam pilots. In the last battle, Hero fought with Zix, neither of them gaining the upper hand. When they entered into Libra and kept fighting, Wing Zero chopped off Apion's left arm and called victory. Soon, the Wing Zero headed out and stopped the Libras falling, ending the Eve War. Wing Zero also got EW version just like all the other Gundams. The fans will normally call this version as Wing Zero Custom. In the Glory of Losers manga, there were two Wing Zeros. The first one is called Proto Zero, which is basically the TV version with more decals. The Proto Zero was the prototype of the Wing Zero Custom. The settings and armaments were exactly the same like the TV version. As I mentioned in the Torgis episode, the Proto Zero was completely wrecked after Trent went out of control and defeated by Gundam Death Scythe Hell and Duo Maxwell. After Peace Million received the wreckage, Howard used the Proto Zero's frame and Torgis Flugu's wings to create the Wing Zero Custom. The rest of the story was exactly the same like the TV story. Compared to the TV version, the EW version got multiple body part changes. The most obvious change is the binders changed to a pair of angelic wings. They are not just for flying around and looking pretty. The wings will be used for defending attacks, atmospheric re-entry, and also automatic balancing. On the wings surface, you will see a lot of small blocks combined together to form the wings, as well as handling precision actions. The sub-wings on the back will be used as thrusters, as well as a beam saber stored in the middle according to the old settings. Nowadays, the beam saber are stored on the main wings instead. At the back of the main wings, the buster rifle will be folded and stored in it. During atmospheric re-entry, the main wings will cover the body and the sub-wings will be used as repositioning or redirecting. However, the Wing Zero Custom cannot attack during this position. The wings on the back are also identified as the fifth limb. It's called Flexible Wing Stay. Its manufacture and features were just like the Zero frame itself. Very great defense, soft and flexible movements. A pair of angelic wings were created based on real studies of bird wings. It also featured auto memory adjustment. When the Wing Zero flew in different environment once, the wings will memorize the data and automatically adjust it to fit the environment. As for the weapons, the Wing Zero Custom got the exact same weapons just like the Proto Zero. One of the Gundam pilots, Katalu, created a planet travel booster for Wing Zero. It's not sure that he made one for each Gundam. The booster is what you saw in the Endless Wars anime. You had to enter the destination before using the booster because you can't change directions. This booster is very quick. In order to stabilize the Wing Zero will be covered by its wings and another layer of feathers, which is a layer of Gundanium. This explains why you see some feathers detached from Wing Zero during its first launch in Endless Wars. In the early settings, the Wing Zero Custom cannot transform. However, when the Glory of Losers manga came out, the transformation was brought back and, in my opinion, the Wing Zero Custom's MA form actually looks pretty bad. After Eve War, the Wing Zero was seen again during an incident created by Perfect Peace people. Working with other Gundam pilots, the Mobile Door Factory, Falconess was under their control, and Zero System showed Hero that Victor Gaines had no intention of bringing true peace. He used the twin buster rifle and destroyed the Scorpio. After this incident, Katalu suggested they should throw away their Gundams to achieve true peace. Hero agreed and sent Wing Zero into the asteroid along with other Gundams. The asteroid headed towards the sun and everybody thought this was the end. In AC-196, the Marimaya army declared war and the Wing Zero was broken from the seal. Before entering the Earth, it had a tough fight with Ultron Gundam. The Wing Zero was half damaged by Ultron Gundam as Hero don't want to fight Uwe. When both Gundams entered into the atmosphere, Hero asked Uwe, how many people do we have to kill before it's enough? Then, he dropped the Wing Zero into the ocean. During the last battle, the Gundams Taurus and Torghast 3 ran out of everything to fight. Wing Zero showed up and blasted 3 shots before the whole Gundam disassembled and exploded. That's the end of Wing Zero Custom. Operation Meteor. I believe that everyone heard of this name before. The original Operation Meteor was extremely inhuman and cruel. As it was mentioned in the Endless Wars OVA, the Barton Foundation proposed this plan as a revenge on Hero Yui's assassination. The original plan will drop multiple colonies onto Earth, and the colonies will send out a total of 5 Gundams to suppress the chaos on Earth and perform a large massacre. The remaining survivors on Earth will have no choice but to surrender, and Deakin Barton will control the Earth and colonies. However, the Gundam scientists pretended to accept the plan, but on the other hand, they secretly changed the objective and commands towards the Gundam pilots because they can't accept this cruel operation, which was why the mission changed to destroy OZ. The Gundam scientists redesigned the concept of Wing Zero and turned it into 5 different Gundams. Wing Gundam was created as one of the Operation Meteor members. The Wing Gundam was the most well balanced in terms of abilities out of the 5 Gundams. It also had the closest resemblance to Wing Zero. Just like the Wing Zero, the Wing Gundam can transform into bird mode to fly in any environments. The Zero system was removed, which resulted its performance was dropped, but Hero got great piloting skills, so the Wing Gundam still performed okay. The main mobility of the Wing Gundam is provided by the wing units on the back. There are multiple panels on the wing units and they are able to change the aerodynamic data based on the current situation. During MS mode, the wings will be used as M-back controls too. The wing units are balanced perfectly, soft and great defense. It also featured multiple thrusters on it for better flight ability and acceleration, as well as precise movements during air battles. As for the weapons, Falcon gun on the head, machine cannon on the shoulders, a shield with a beam saber in it, and the iconic Buster Rifle. The Buster Rifle is a watered-down version of the Twin Buster Rifle. Just like the Twin Buster Rifle, the power of it can be adjusted. However, the Buster Rifle is not powered directly from the generator but from energy cartridges. During maximum output, the Buster Rifle could only fire 3 shots. Despite the output is reduced, but the maximum power is still very scary. During maximum output, it will generate a beam with radius of 150 meters and fire over several tens of kilometers range. That's enough to destroy a small squadron or multiple battleships. The Wing Gundam also had an EW version. The settings and technologies are exactly the same except there are two new equipment. The first one is called Energy Cartridge Pods. It can mount on both forearms and each pod contains 3 batteries. That makes the Buster Rifle can fire 9 maximum output shots. The second weapon is called Dre's Work. The fixed figuration did include this weapon, but the Wing Zero custom never used it in manga or OVA. It only appeared in Zig's Nightmare. However, the Wing Gundam used it twice. The first time was helping Sank Kingdom to wipe out the Romo Valor Foundation MS team and fleets. The second time was during the Luxembourg battle where Hero used the Dre's Work to wipe out a small group of Virgos. The Dre's Work is created by 3 identical component rifles called Mesa's Work, which can be used individually. After the Buster Rifle and Mesa's Work combined, the true Dre's Work Buster will be formed and its power is comparable to Twin Buster Rifle. Hero used the data that he extracted from Proto Zero's Zero system and created the Dre's Work, but Gundamian can only form in space, which Hero ended up using another material to create the Dre's Work. So that Dre's Work can only fire once before the whole thing melted down and turned into scraps. Just like the Wing Zero, the Wing Gundam also featured Search Eye and self-destruct system in the chest. The Wing Gundam shot down 2 Ares and fought with Zig's Leo, but it sank into the ocean very soon. Later, Wing Gundam participated in different battles against OZ to reveal the Destroy OZ mission. During one of the missions, Hero accidentally killed Field Marshal Noventa. OZ later used this as an excuse to start a war towards the colonies. During Siberia battle, the Wing Gundam was self-destructed to save the colonies, but Ziggs later used the Togi's parts and fixed it. He was hoping for a rematch with the Wing Gundam and Hero Yui. During the match day, Hero used the heavy arms instead because the Wing Gundam didn't have self-destruct system. Later in Luxembourg battle, the Wing Gundam was outperformed by the Virgos and heavily damaged. Trace told Hero to live and gave him Gundam Epion to fight back. The Wing Gundam was later recovered and repaired by Trace faction. The last deploy of Wing Gundam was blocking the main cannon from Libra. It was Lady Ann that pushed Trace away and saved the Togis too. But after the cannon shot, the Wing Gundam only got a chest left and it was abandoned. I honestly think Wing Gundam got one of the worst treatments because it was wrecked for a total of 3 times. Poor Wing Gundam. Following Queen Renena's disarmament, Romo Valor Foundation secretly created a prototype MS called Gundam Lucifer. This Gundam is based on the Wing Zero and it don't have any weapons, because the purpose of this Gundam is testing Zero System 2.0. The 2.0 version provided better and more detailed information towards the pilot, but its negative effect became more serious. Instead of advising or urging the pilot to follow the predictions, the Zero System 2.0 will brainwash the pilot and force them to follow the predictions. This caused the test pilot, Carl Noembru, went crazy and ran away with the Gundam Lucifer, and forced to follow as Zero System 2.0 says, destroy all warlike parties to bring peace. Another new generation Gundam-like MP-type MS was secretly developed by Romo Valor Foundation. Using the Wing Zero and Gundam Lucifer's data, the Wing Gundam Seraphim was created. This MS was created with weapons and for testing Zero System 2.5. There are 6 of them created. The Zero System 2.5 is just like the 2.0 version, better and more detailed data, but it still had a drawback of taking control of a MS sometimes when it's activated. But compared to the original Zero System or the 2.0, the 2.5 version successfully removed all the negative mental effects. As for the design, the Wing Zero Customs angelic wings were repositioned to the back waist. The sub-wings were still at the back. As for the weapons, machine cannons on the clavicle, beam saber, and buster rifle. After Carl's sister, Teal knows that he is the OZ's test pilot and went missing. She asked some friends to help her to break into Romo Valor Foundation's factories and stole the Wing Gundam Seraphim. She found Carl, but he was brainwashed by Zero System 2.0. The siblings fought each other and fell into the atmosphere, but what happened after was unknown. 20 years after the Marimea rebel, it's the Mars century now. However, perfect peace didn't achieve and more Gundams were developed by unknown reasons. Snow White is the Wing Zero custom successor. The fixed figuration is designed by Hajime Katoki, but it's not the real Snow White in the Frozen Teardrop novel. The real Snow White was always covered by a full body cloak, and all we know is that the Buster rifle was redesigned, it looked more like a crossbow now. So I can't introduce the real Snow White because it was shown in the novel with just a head and torso and there's no information about it. The Snow White Prelude is an original design related to Frozen Teardrop novel, but its position is quite awkward. This fixed figuration was created to let people know about Frozen Teardrop novel and giving you a closer look to the Snow White. The Snow White Prelude changed to a white and grey color scheme. Other than the original angelic wings and sub-wings, a pair of Seraphim binders were added on the back waist. The Seraphim binders featured two modes. First one is called Rondo, which the binders will rotate to the front of the MS. The second one is called Anthem, which the binders will move up and spread out on the back. On the binders, there are 6 Gnawing Swark. They are the upgraded version of Mesa Swark. Combined together, it's still called Dre Swark. Just like the original settings, it can combine with a single Buster rifle to form Dre Swark Buster, or combine with twin Buster rifle to form Dre Swark Dopplet. The rest of the Snow White Prelude weapons were the same, just like the Wing Zero custom. Another Wing Zero was created in the Frozen Teardrop novel. Very little known information about it. This variant is called Black Wing Zero. Other than the colors changed to dark purple and blue, the rest of the settings, technologies, and weapons were assumed to be the same as Wing Zero custom. Thanks for watching this video. Wow, I didn't expect the Wing Zero to be a challenging episode. Hope you learned something new about the Wing Zero family. When I was writing it, the Frozen Teardrop part really confused me and it's tough for me to know the information. If you got the Frozen Teardrop novel links, please tell me because I can't find the full version on the internet. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to me. Also hit the bell so you can get notified when there's a new video. Follow my Instagram at Zethythonix to see the behind the scenes or some random post. Donation link is in the description and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.